Hey, it's Anthony Iannarino, and this is a new camera rig. It is the Sony RX100 Mark V. It's a small camera, and I've got it on a nice little rig that I can carry with me, so I can get out of this just talking heads format, carry you with me on the road. I've got a nice microphone, and I've also got a thing called a Zoom here that's recording this so that I'll get a good recording. So I'll have good audio, good video, but the downfall on this camera is that 4K burns this camera up really fast, which means I've got about 5 minutes to talk. What I want to talk about in just a couple minutes is the disintermediation of salespeople and the coming onslaught of AI. And I want to put this in context for you because it's not what you're hearing. And what I want to explain to you is that we have an hourglass economy. We got a big top, skinny middle, large bottom. And what's happening is the internet is disintermediating anything that it can, which means if you're Borders and Barnes & Noble, Amazon can get a book without the friction of having to drive to a bookstore, going and finding the book, walking up to the cashier, buying the book, getting back in your car and driving home. Amazon.com with a Kindle will let you for $9.99 have the book right now wherever you are. You don't have to do anything. Or they'll ship it to you overnight. If you're a Prime member, you know this. And if you have the Prime Now app, you may have figured out that you can have things delivered to you in a major city within a couple hours. And they're disintermediating retailers. And you're looking at the collapse of retail right now. I'm getting ready for about a year from now when we have the renaissance of retail, because retail's not sitting by not dealing with the digital age that we live in. They're adapting to this, and they're going to have bricks and clicks, and people are figuring it out. So don't buy all the hype and pay attention, and just pay close attention to how people figure this out. But what I want to tell you is that if you're a salesperson and the only value that you create is the same value that the web creates by talking about features and benefits, about trying to find a lower price, and about trying to remove friction from the buying process, then you are going to have artificial intelligence and disintermediation as you get shoved down into the bottom part of that hourglass. If, on the other hand, you move into the top part, where there's more money and where people want high trust, high value, high caring, where they want someone with deep insight to act as counsel, because you're not going to make a $2 million or a $5 million purchase over the internet when you don't have enough information and enough certainty that you're going to be able to get what you want. And where relationships are important and you're a business partner, and where what you do is so tightly integrated with your client that they have to know, like, and trust you, and you also have to have the right advice and the next initiative, that's a different salesperson. And there's already a lack of people at that top of that hourglass right now. There's already not enough salespeople who have the business acumen, who have the ability to manage change, who have the ability to be strategic and to act as counsel. So what you're hearing right now is that all of salespeople are going to disappear into AI, and that there's going to be the gray goo of the matrix that just totally obliterates all of salespeople. Not true. From time immemorial, decision makers and leaders have counted on counsel, and they will have counsel that interprets even the information they get from computers and from artificial intelligence. The question is, though, are you being disintermediated because you don't create enough value for it to be otherwise? If you're a salesperson that carries a catalog and opens a catalog in front of your potential buyer, the internet can do that better and faster with less friction than you can, and they're probably easier to deal with. But on the other hand, if you're high business acumen, high situational knowledge, deep insight, business person, you're going to have a much easier time moving into the top, because from that area, you're going to be able to act as a trusted advisor and as counsel. So you need to decide now where you want to play and what's going to happen to you when the hourglass gets even more narrow here in the middle, as you're going to get pulled one way or the other. I'm Anthony Iannarino. Look for new vlog formats soon. We're working on it. This show is every day.